What is the difference between parrots and cockatoos? The world of birds is full of vibrant and colorful species, and few birds are as eye-catching as parrots and cockatoos. These lovable feathered beauties have fascinated humans for ages and are now highly sought after as exotic pets all over the world. In today's video, we will be exploring everything you ever wanted to know about parrots and cockatoos, including the differences between them and how related they are. So without further ado, let's get going. Parrots. According to strict taxonomic rules, a parrot is any member of the Psittaciformes order of birds. This order is, in turn, home to several families. That's right, parrots come from different families, meaning the word has a definition far beyond what most people think. There are 4 families to be exact. We have the Old World parrots of Psittaculidae, the African and New World parrots of Psittacidae, the New Zealand parrots of Strigopidae, and the cockatoos of Cockatooidae family. You heard that right, cockatoos are actually parrots, but not every parrot is a cockatoo. All in all, there are 101 genera groupings and 410 species of parrot distributed among these 4 families. About a third of all parrots face a real threat of extinction due to factors like habitat loss, climate change, and indirect consequences of human activity. Parrots are highly sought after as pets, and they have been popularized because of their unique appearances, which often include vibrant and colorful plumage. They are also famous for their association with pirates, with countless real and fictional examples of captains and crew members who keep parrot companions. These birds are also renowned for their high intelligence, with some species even able to mimic human speech and learn to talk. Generally, parrots live in the world's tropical regions. Scientists call it a pan-tropical distribution, which simply means they can be found in tropical zones of both the eastern and western hemispheres. Other species live in temperate zones as well, though. The greatest number of parrot species and groupings are found in and around South America and Australasia. When it comes to appearance, parrots are as diverse as any bird group you can think of. Some are multicolored while others have one dominant color. They also have the broadest body length range of any order of birds around today. The shortest species, the buff-faced pygmy parrot, Microcida pusio, is about 3.1 inches long when fully grown. The longest species is the hyacinth macaw, Andorhynchus hyacinthinus, which grows to about 3.3 feet long. Despite such variability, parrots retain a lot of similarities too. They are all fairly upright birds with solid postures. They sport 4 toes, 2 front-facing and 2 rear-facing, which are perfect for climbing, perching, and manipulating objects or food with a high level of dexterity. We also can't forget about their iconic beaks. Parrot beaks are curved and strong, and they are essential for many aspects of the bird's lives. One of those major aspects is eating, of course. The beak is perfect for gripping food items, as well as crushing shells to access the seeds and nuts that make up the bulk of their diet. They can also rip into fruit with ease and harvest pollen and nectar from flowers. The beak also comes in handy during parrots' brief forays into carnivorism. They can snap up insects, arthropods, and different kinds of small prey. Parrots also boost their protein intake by occasionally indulging in carrion. Beaks are also important for mobility. Confused? Well, don't worry. You see, sometimes parrots need to climb up a tree or a pole or some other vertical thing without taking flight. To assist their legs with such endeavors, parrots will often use their beaks and neck muscles to walk up these vertical surfaces. This rare form of movement is known as tripedalism. So in essence, the bird's beaks, heads, and necks form a third walking limb. In fact, studies have shown that relative to size, a parrot's beak and neck muscles generate more pulling power than the forelimbs of climbing primates, like orangutans or chimpanzees. The evolution of parrots is still a bit of a mystery, but educated theories and hypotheses abound. One of the most dominant theories is that Psittaciformes first emerged in the Australasian parts of the prehistoric landmass Gondwana. If true, this theory would explain the vast concentration and diversity of parrots in South America and Oceania today. Unfortunately, parrot fossils are exceptionally rare finds, especially in the southern hemisphere. Most of the oldest fossils on record were unearthed in the northern hemisphere, which makes determining the parrot timeline tricky. However, based on molecular analysis of the fossils we have found, it is estimated that parrots first showed up 59 million years ago, give or take a few million years. That said, a highly debated beak fragment fossil from Wyoming, USA has been dated to 70 million years ago, which suggests that parrot or parrot ancestors lived alongside the mighty dinosaurs of the late Cretaceous. However, opponents of this view argue that the beak actually belonged to the Carignathid oviraptorosaur, a non-avian dinosaur that had a bird-esque beak. Despite the arguments over the Wyoming beak fragment, there is a general acceptance that parrot ancestors might have been around during the mass extinction event of 66 million years ago. These birds may have been generalized tree dwellers without the specialized crushing beak modern parrots have. What we know for sure is that parrots share common ancestry with the perching birds of the Passeriformes. Together, parrots and passerines are classified into the Psittacopaceri clade. This clade is also a sister group to the Eufalconomorphi clade, which is home to falcons. The earliest modern parrot fossils date back 23 to 20 million years ago and were discovered in England, Germany, Denmark, and different parts of Europe. There is no southern hemisphere fossils older than 20 million years. Parrots are, for the most part, monogamous breeders that stay close even outside breeding windows. Pairs establish nests in tree hollows and other cavities, working together to raise, feed, and protect eggs and chicks. Large parrots like macaws have much lower reproductive rates than smaller species, with only very few, sometimes one, chicks per year. Big parrots also take a longer time to reach adulthood and sexual maturity than small parrots. We also have to talk about the intelligence and learning capacity of parrots. Species like gray parrots have been shown to have the capacity to learn hundreds of words and their meaning, which means they can be trained to speak in full sentences and even follow commands. Generally, parrots have a brain-to-body size ratio on par with that of higher primates like chimpanzees. Also like chimps, some parrots are known to use basic tools like sticks to reach food. In research facilities, they have shown remarkable puzzle-solving skills. In the wild, social learning is often the main activity for young parrots. They learn how to coexist with their siblings and later with flocks and their mates. These interactions, in turn, allow the birds to share tricks and skills essential for life. Some species even have cooperative interbrood nurseries, where chicks learn how to live and work together. Because of their striking looks and smarts, parrots are a prominent part of many cultures around the world. They feature in ancient religions like Buddhism and are part of the native lore of countless tribes and peoples like the Australian Aborigines. Cockatoos. As we've already mentioned, cockatoos are parrots that belong to the Cockatooidae family of the Psittacophanes order. There are 8 genera and a total of 21 species of cockatoo, and most of them are distributed throughout Australasia, ranging from Australia to New Guinea, the Philippines, and select islands in eastern Indonesia. Like all parrots, cockatoos have trademark curved beaks made for crushing and walking, as well as 4 toes. However, cockatoos are fairly easy to tell apart from most other parrots because of the prominent crests on their heads. Additionally, cockatoos tend to have one main plumage color, like white, black, or gray, with crests and tail feathers being the most colorful part of their bodies. Most other parrots feature vibrantly multicolored plumage. The crest, which can be yellow, pink, or red in color, indicates mood, state of alertness, and other communication cues. Cockatoos are generally on the larger end of the parrot size spectrum, but a few are average sized. The cockatiel, Nymphecua hollandicus, is the smallest species around, measuring 12 to 13 inches long. Like most parrots, cockatoos are flying birds built for speed and maneuverability. Flight speeds can reach up to 43 miles per hour, though larger species like the sulfur-crested cockatoo fly at a slower, luxurious pace. When not in flight, cockatoos climb up trees with their legs and beaks or waddle on the ground with a rolling gait. Their iconic beaks also work in tandem with strong tongues to manipulate and access food. And speaking of food, cockatoo diets mainly consist of seeds and nuts, with some fruit mixed in. Predatory behavior is not uncommon, and they will also eat carrion. Again, like most parrot families and species, sexual dimorphism is very limited, with males and females being pretty much the same as far as size and coloration. However, there are a few exceptions, like the gang cockatoo, which has marked differences between males and females. Cockatoos are famed for their wide range of vocalizations, which serve multiple purposes, like a warning of danger, attracting mates, indicating mood, and maintaining social bonds within a flock. Unfortunately, cockatoos are not the most talkative of parrots, with mimic vocabularies that rarely surpass a few dozen words. Regardless of their limited speech, cockatoos are highly sought-after exotic pets within and outside their home ranges. The cockatiel, more specifically, is the most popular choice for pet bird lovers because of its smaller size and lower upkeep requirements. The birds are naturally very social, forming sizable close-knit flocks in the wild. In captivity, cockatoos can be very affectionate with people they know and trust, but they are also notoriously demanding where attention is concerned. Isolation is a big no-no for cockatoos, especially for long stretches. Without frequent social stimulation, the birds can easily slide into depression and waste away. It's not surprising that the pet trade represents a significant threat to wild cockatoo populations, as birds are caught at staggering rates to feed ever-growing demands. As such, 7 of the 21 species are classified by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN, as vulnerable or worse. Habitat loss has also done great damage to some species that are now teetering on the brink of extinction.